Guys, congratulations on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How does let's start with that? What we were just talking about off camera, the difference between this show and your time with sharks
in Australia, or not sharks, puppet sharks. How does it compare? Different landscapes, both with their own kind of challenges. You know, Australia, you've got heat, mozzies, crocodiles.
Yeah.
Whereas in Scotland, you've got midges and
driving rain
and wind, 100-mile-an-hour winds probably.
Yeah.
But that's just the landscape. The people also great. I like both casts. They were both great.
You know, I have to say, me and my wife might retire to Scotland. We've talked about this.
Have you?
And there's so many places watching this show. I was just saying to the guys, seeing these places that you never knew existed in these little kind of pockets of Scotland.
And you don't even have to go that far to find them. I mean, they're all
10-minute drive or something.
Yeah, it's an incredible place to film. I just love it. It's like, it sort of feels like being on holiday, like a lot of the time. And because I know every cast always says this in press and it's so boring. They'll go, oh, we're all really good mates. But we actually do hang out more off set than we do on set. So, we're all, messing about on boats and not Lomond or,
Tell me for you both about the lure of Outlander as this huge kind of, well, I guess it's a franchise now, but it wasn't before, but it's gone for so many seasons. It's got so many fans, and I've been lucky enough to interview some of the cast, and they just still cannot comprehend even now kind of the magnitude of the show. For you guys coming in, I guess you were aware of it, but is it when you become part of it that you start to kind of understand the fandom, and you've been to Comic-Con as well? And
it's when you start promoting it, because when you're filming it, we're in this sort of bubble, aren't we, up in Scotland, and you could easily forget that anyone's going to watch it. And then, you come to promote it and you meet fans and things, and then you sort of go, geez.
Yeah.
And now we're back doing season 2 with that knowledge. Now I'm feeling more pressure, whereas I wasn't really, I guess, the first time round.
Yeah, it's true, actually.
Second seasons are always hard. I think a friend of mine always used to say they were the harder ones, because you set up kind of the characters in the first one, but then when you explore the mythology and everything, and
there's a bar now.
And you have to do something. I think you have to reassess your character as well, because otherwise you do, particularly if it's 10 episodes. I think you're doing another 10. That's 20 episodes. You have to, work out how your characters changed or how they evolve. Otherwise, I think, because the obstacles tend to be the same as well, I think, in season 2, or not, maybe they're the same but dressed up slightly differently, so you have to kind of work out how to make that interesting.
Yeah, it's such a huge kind of epic show, and when you watch some of the stuff in Scotland, some of the World War II stuff, I mean, it has got this huge scope, but at the core of it are these characters that people are so in love with, and your characters as well are part of that journey. It's a different journey. For you guys, what was it about these characters and their love story that made you what boxes did it tick that maybe other stuff that you've read didn't quite?
I mean, I think, there's a few things. First of all, when you look at the specific character that you're going to play, there was so much there with Henry that I felt I could get my teeth into. I knew that I could do something interesting with it. Sort of, he's quite a damaged person. I sort of really thought, oh great, I can run with that. We can make that interesting further down the line. But this is it's a very uncynical world, the Outlander world, and I think, especially in sort of like today's world, it's quite nice to have this place to go and escape to, I think, and it is a proper piece, I think, of escapism, Outlander and this, it's this entirely different world that you can just get lost in, which really appealed to me.
Yeah. It's also grounded some of it in history, and it's an interesting combination of that plus fantasy.
Yeah.
There's a lot to play and there's a lot to be discovered, there's lots of places for the characters to go, which I think was kind of appealing as well.
We were just talking about accents next door,
and
this is just me, but I am a huge fan of Mrs. Doubtfire. So whenever I hear Scottish accents, I always hear Mrs. Doubtfire.
That's where you go.
That's where you go.
Genuinely, if you ask my wife or any of my friends, that's how I do some Zoom calls sometimes.
Yeah.
Were you glad to not have to kind of wrestle with that, because it's very so distinct, and if you do it wrong, you do end up sounding like Robin Williams in Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, accents are really fun, but they are a lot of work. Like the where Harriet's got to with her accent, by the time we got to filming, that's a lot of hours that have gone into that. It's not just something that you have a go at listening to Robin Williams and then copying him. So
I think it's one of the hardest ones. I think a lot of actually the regional
British accents
and different, and I found Welsh as well impossible, but I've done Scottish before and had to do a lot of work to get there. But yes, I'd say like actually American accents are easier for some reason.
Oh yeah.
Why is that though?
I don't know. Apparently it's because that's closer to what our original English used to sound like.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
Is American harder? I always hear people say American's quite hard, especially if it's like a regional American.
No, I find them quite easy. Yeah.
But I also think it's partly because you grew up watching American television and films.
Yeah.
I think that plays a huge part of it.
Yeah. Whereas my exposure to Taggart probably isn't enough to pull off Scottish.
Yeah.
How is it for you guys kind of filming? Obviously it's a love story first and foremost. For you two as actors kind of getting together and bringing the love story to life. Was there a way that you guys, because you have some intimate scenes and other scenes and everything else, to kind of break the ice? Was there I asked the guys if they played Wordle or whether there was fun in between.
We're very method. We decided to have a 10-year friendship first, just building up to this.
Yeah.
And, you know, it wasn't easy at all. But we got there, and then, when we started working together, you know, we've known each other for a long, long time. So we sort of had the shorthand, and it's very comfortable. And it was sort of effortless, actually. I don't remember us ever having to really work at that aspect.
No.
That sort of just came.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's in the writing as well.
Yeah.
But
we were lucky in that respect. There's already a trust, and you know you're comfortable with each other, and so that makes a huge difference.
Yeah, we can both drink a coffee, even knowing that we're about to have to go and kiss, and not have to go and apologise to each other and run off and brush our teeth.
Yeah.
Also, for audiences, I feel like there's so many sequels now, but prequels, there's an innate kind of mystery about them in the sense that you're going back in time a little bit. And I always remember watching some shows where the prequels are actually stronger than the sequels, or the films, the sequels and the prequels. Is that, for you guys as actors, is that more interesting, doing something that's a little bit more mysterious than just doing a straight sequel to something, you know, maybe if it was a couple of years later after?
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't hugely familiar with Outlander before reading the scripts for these, and I thought these sort of stood alone, actually. And I didn't know anything about the backstory, so I read them purely as these were two. I got sent the first few episodes, and they just stood alone, I thought, and they sort of hooked me from those. Yeah. So I didn't really think too much about the fact it was a sequel hugely. Yeah. Just sort of addressed it as, this is the character, this is what he's doing, and you can sort of go from there, I guess.
Yeah. I kind of had to go a little bit off, just in terms of who.
Oh, in terms of who Claire was, yeah.
Yeah, who Claire was, but not in terms of worrying too much about making sure that I was copying Katrina's performance. I think that was quite important.
We did speak about that. We sort of said we don't want to impersonate anyone.
No.
We want to take a little bit.
Yeah, little bits and pepper it in so that the fans can recognise, you know, there's an element of them being able to recognise her in them, because I think that's important as well.
Yeah.
Well, in the bits I've seen, I haven't seen all of it yet. You do a very, very good job. So it's very enjoyable so far. Wish you all the best. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you so much. Cheers. We'll see you soon. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey you guys!
Hey you guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey you guys!
Hey you guys!